Wax on, wax off, bitches.
All right, cool. So, welcome to Comfortably Uncomfortable, round 2. The producer said the first one was completely fucking ass. So
Yeah,
we'll just go ahead and
apparently
restart. I'm gonna introduce myself. My name's Josh. I also go by Akwrd. I make music. Right now I'm in the process of opening my own tattoo and piercing shop. I'm a professional body piercer, been in the industry about, I don't know, going on like 7 years now. This is my buddy Brandon. He's gonna be my co-host. Brandon, why don't you introduce yourself?
My name's Brandon. I am a greasy car salesman. Just kidding about the greasy part, but I do sell cars for a living. Don't have nearly as many accolades as young Josh over here, but got kids, raised a family. Fit in well to this podcast. You'll see.
So why don't we just take a little second and kind of like talk about what we're gonna like just what our goal is with this podcast and what we're really going for. I know for me, I suffer with a lot of mental health issues. I suffer with a lot of drug addiction problems, childhood trauma. Like I like to think of myself as like, if you can take everything that's happened to a child and put it all in one. Hi, I'm Akwrd. That's kind of what we're doing here. Brandon, what are you thinking that we're going for here?
Preach on the same thing, man. Like, you just let people know that, you're not the only ones out there going through struggles. We both overcame some controversies, some adversities, mostly through our own selves, being our own worst enemies.
That's
so
for sure.
We're just here to put our stories out there, man, and hopefully we can help somebody, let you know it's okay to be helped, ask for help, whatever it takes. It's just
and I think for me, that's going to be a huge part of my goal and my like mission through this. Like not even just the podcast, with like my with my tattoo shop and the body piercing and everything. Like my goal is to really just want to be able to help people, and I hope, like, if nothing else, we touch one person. For the video viewers, excuse me, I'm kind of also trying to play some music that my homie does. So at the same point in time we're doing this podcast, I got some tattoos going on over here. If Morgan was a better producer, he'd turn the camera and kind of let you guys see what's going on over there. We got some people being tattooed, people hanging out. We're just kind of having a good time. Everybody's kind of on the same life journey, really wanting to better themselves, do stuff like that. And like I was saying, like I know for me, a huge part of this podcast, my life right now, the tattoo shop, is just if I can end up helping one person understand that you're not alone, or even like maybe bring a smile to your face that day, like reach out. If you have to reach out to somebody, reach out to the people around you. That you're not alone. You're not alone in any situation that you've been in, anything like that. Brandon,
you're not alone, and you can make goals that you set for yourself to be successful by your definitions. We're not out here to live life for everybody else, man. And it took me a long time to realize that. And I know it's a very oversimplification of what I'm talking about. And I'm not Italian. I don't know why I did that.
I'm not Italian. I don't know why I did that. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
now.
I got kind of distracted. That's my bad. I'm putting the phone down. We're kind of listening to. I know I'm kind of throwing him off by doing that and throwing everybody off. So we'll just go ahead and put that down. I apologize for that. So yeah, that's just kind of what the podcast, what our goals are for it, and what we're kind of going to do. I know a lot of the stuff we're going to touch on is mental health, especially like men's mental health, like not just men's mental health, but I do honestly really want to start to try to break the stigma of, especially for people that look like me and come from the background like me, that we're supposed to just be fucking Superman all the time. Like it's just not feasible. It's not
possible. It tears us down. It wears us out. I feel as men, as fathers, as husbands, as whatever you are, your only purpose is to provide. And we are more than that, man. And it may sound girly, whatever you want to say, but you'll get over that shit eventually if you stick around.
Low-key, you kind of sound like a bitch right now. No,
yeah, I am now.
Completely just kidding. Completely just kidding. That's the whole goal.
I'm an overgrown bitch. Not proud of it.
I'm guilty too. I'm an entire baby.
Hey, we all are, man.
I think the whole goal, like a lot of the goal of this, is to kind of really break up the stigma of we're supposed to just be Superman, and it's just not feasible. I know I look how I do, and if you were to see me on the street, you probably want to lock your car doors and grip your purse tighter and like check and make sure your wallet's still there. but it's really not. Like I don't view myself as a bad guy. I've done bad things. I came from a traumatic past. Um, so that we just like I really want to kind of break that stigma of having to be the tough guy all the time, having to be the badass all the time.
You,
And like
you,
with that,
it's just it, man. The idea for me is you be who you want to set out to be, man. You define who you are.
and I know, so we kind of have like just to give a little background, we kind of got the start on this. So I started a sobriety journey about 33 days ago. I'm going pretty strong from
Hell yeah.
pretty much everything. I still smoke a little medical marijuana. I'm not gonna judge anybody for that. It is what it is. But I know I kind of reached out to Brandon on some help my buddy look at his car type stuff, and we hadn't spoken in a long time. And he kind of expressed to me that he kind of wanted to do some kind of content, and he really just couldn't. You just couldn't figure out what you wanted to do and everything.
I couldn't because I had an idea, but I couldn't put it into words what I was trying to express.
And I know I've always wanted to do a podcast. It kind of started off being something a little different. It was going to be a lot more like less serious and more like less just fun and stuff like that. And I was just kind of brainstorming, and I was like, man, it would be like I think Brandon would be the perfect person to kind of chime in on this. It would be he kind of talked about the content, and I know that like you seem to think like we both seem to think that I might have a little bit more creative, whatever, but I also have a lot more experience in the technological side
Oh,
of the whole
absolutely.
podcast thing.
Yeah.
So we
Yeah.
kind of just started to do this, and it's
Dude.
kind of just started, and we
So here we
went
are
there.
throwing this stuff together.
So I guess like not even just with the podcast, what are your like what are you after in life right now? What are you working on? What are you working towards? What are you going like what are your I guess right now, what are your short-term goals and long-term goals?
Yeah, it's a very good question, man, because short-term goals are important. I think part of getting better is setting short-term goals that are actually easily reachable and celebrating those goals. So I'm working on things like that. So right now, my goals are to sell a set amount of cars on a rolling average of 90 days. And data's data, whatever. Here it is. I want to be at 14 cars on average in 90 days. A year ago, I was at 8. Right now, I'm at 13. And I got to that point in the last, since I started this mental health journey, so to speak, in June. Hit pretty rock bottom in my job, my career, my relationship in May. Decided I had to make a big change and stop fighting myself. So my goals are pretty simple right now. But eventually I want to work my way to financial freedom to where if I have a bad month in sales, doesn't matter. It's just small goals. Even if that's like 10 grand in the bank. That's it. It's just simple. Man, we're just broke bitches out here like the rest of you, just trying to do something with our lives, you know?
Um,
But yeah, that's one small goal there. I'm also on a weight loss journey. The weight number isn't so much, but I want to be fairly peeled at anything over 210 pounds because I'm not a skinny bitch.
so I think when you say it like that without like our video viewers being able to see it, like they just automatically get the impression, and it's like maybe not so much the impression as it is like actual fact that you're just like a fat, greasy car salesman.
Yeah, dude. That's the persona I live by. I own it.
So I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Brandon is not. He's
I
not
had to clean
fat.
the donuts out of my little
And
chin
like
tube
the
before
only
started.
the only real part of that entire statement was the greasy because he doesn't even sell cars. No, 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 no. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Uh-oh.
No. So I mean, I guess to just break away and kind of talk about my shortest term goals. I think like my shortest term goal is to make it through the first episode of the podcast because it's incredibly awkward. It's normal. It's like it's unnormal for me
Yeah.
to be like this. But in all seriousness, I think like right now, my short term goals. See, and this is kind of crazy. It's making me think because I really haven't like spent a lot of time really putting my mind towards goals. Like for me, I more am so prone to like taking care of the next problem that comes on. And like right now, I don't really have a lot of problems. So if I had to take a second and really think about like my shortest term goals, like short and long term goals, I know, like I said, we're kind of opening this shop and you can kind of see the progress and everything like
Coming
that.
together.
So like one of my biggest goals is to get this shop open. Um, and I think kind of just like you said is like, for me, I'd like at a certain point, it does kind of become about financial stability,
Oh, yeah.
but it's a little bit deeper for me because like with what I have an opportunity to where not only does my success mean my success, but my success is success for those around me. Like me being successful right now means that those guys over there tattooing right now behind us are successful. The guy behind the camera right now, Morgan, it ends up being successful. Like we all flourish and do kind of stuff like that. So like that really is the longest term goal. But if I had to say midterm goals is to get this shop off the ground and kind of work on this podcast and do that. But 2-year plan for the shop is to have this shop successful enough to be able to have another shop, and we help other people. Like I like really like, dude, man, just kind of like changing lives through art for me, to be honest.
Or that opportunity, they giving somebody that opportunity that we might not have gotten from anybody.
See, and that's actually
hand, because we've learned we look completely different, obviously, but we struggle through a lot of the same shit, man. And I wanted to do this to help somebody else out because I know how much better I'm starting to feel.
yeah, like,
And I want people to know it's okay, you know?
and so I mean, I guess I was actually just talking to my lady about this because one of our kids, Aiden, he's kind of going through, like I can already see he's like really locked up in his head and really just doesn't talk to people and just kind of like gets lost in his mind, and it's causing a real problem. And I think during a conversation that was had, it really just became to where he almost overthinks himself out of having a conversation
Oh,
and
yeah.
stuff like that. So I think I know in my particular aspect, taking the first step was the biggest thing. If you agree, definitely. If not, like tell me.
Huge.
But I think the first step is
To
like
start.
yeah, like you have to start somewhere.
And honestly, guys, like this might, you can call me a jackass, whatever. I did it for a long time. We got to quit making excuses. We can't start tomorrow. When you start, you just have to start. You don't pick a day. You just decide you start.
Yeah, so I've been seeing and like I kind of been hearing a lot, but it's like so being ready, like there's no such thing as actually being ready.
No.
Like you know when you're ready when you start doing it.
Yep.
Like
Exactly.
you don't find out if you're ready to do something until you start doing it. Like there's no such thing as being ready. Like,
And that's the premise of the show, right? Getting comfortable.
yeah,
Being
just being comfortable in uncomfortable situations, the uncomfortable conversations, the like, I don't know. It's like even
Progress comes from discomfort, man, and going places that are not normal, that you don't want to go. And yeah, that's
like
the raw truth of it. And it's
100%.
not pretty.
It's kind of almost like you don't really know what you're capable of until you
Yeah.
do it. You know,
Yeah.
like
You're the only one holding yourself back. Man, I say it all the time.
that's a big thing too, man. Because I know I'm guilty of it, and I know a lot of people are
Oh, I
guilty
still
of.
get trapped up there too.
Yeah, like
Don't
kind
fool
of just
yourself.
wanting to blame other people for our like things that happen to us. Like, oh no, this person did this, so my life went that way, or this person did that. When in reality, I know I've started to discover that you like everything. So I think just like you have to start to understand like and really accept like, bro, everything that happens to you in life in one way or another is your fault.
It's a
Like,
decision you made.
yeah, like everything like, okay, so I got in the car with some bad people and some dumb shit happened and I went to jail. If I wouldn't have gotten in the car with people I knew I shouldn't have been in the car with, I wouldn't have went to jail. So it becomes my fault. Like, um, so accountability is going to be a huge thing on this podcast that we talk about.
That's probably the hardest part, man, because some ugly truths come out.
But with
Start
accountability, it's two sides of the same coin
Oh,
when it comes
yeah.
to accountability. Because you can have almost like there's a difference between being accountable and really like blaming yourself for everything.
Yes, absolutely.
I know I'm very guilty of like, bro, at one point in time, I was so depressed and so low that it would rain. And I would be like, it's because I feel that way. Like I feel so sad that I made the weather change. Like I honestly thought I was that fucking important to the world. When in reality, we definitely started like, I know, like, bro, nobody else really gives a fuck what you got going on or like what you're going through or like we're brief. Like to us, we are our entire universe. To other people, we're just a mere passerby in the day.
And that's just another huge point, man. It's when you start living for yourself and not what somebody else's picture perfect life is, or think that you're gonna get some other form of social status if you buy a new pickup or this, that, or the other thing.
Well, I
Like,
mean,
we don't want some of that shit. Don't get me wrong, but like, don't like make sure the decision's the right time before you don't put yourself in a bind where got to hustle even harder just to make payments. There's multiple things to keep the stress off yourself so you can actually grow and flourish.
But I know, like, that becomes a difficult thing too, because unfortunately, it's like I know I'm very much guilty of caring what people think.
Oh yeah, me
Like,
too.
I don't like
100%.
I'll like, bro, I'll get up at 5 in the morning to make sure my hair is okay before I go to the gas station because I think that the gas station lady gives a fuck. When in reality, the gas station she just wants me to leave.
Right?
Like, she just wants me to leave. She's been there
What are
all
you
night.
doing here?
She's like, "Why are you up?" And I have to be like, "I swear I just got up. I'm not still on drugs." um.
Oh, shit.
So yeah, accountability is definitely going to be a big thing in
Accountability
this.
is huge.
I guess like if we were gonna go on to the next topic, what else? What else are we gonna talk about here?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
oh,
So yeah,
oh, we're
thank
being
you,
told life
producer.
journey,
Life journey
life
stuff.
journey.
So,
Yeah.
like, guys, we're gonna be vulnerable on this parts on and off, and we're gonna tell you deep secrets that
He has
about
a
our growing ups that we didn't tell anybody that we hid.
he has an owl in his pocket. Keeps saying who and we and shit. Like,
Oh yeah,
no,
he'll just tell you. He'll just he likes to talk a lot.
no,
You'll find
okay.
out.
So, all right,
Well, you know, like some of the shit we dealt with in the past, some of the struggles we've had to overcome, how they affect us in our adult life, and we didn't even realize because of habits that we instill in ourselves as children, growing up through some weird shit. But it's gonna be a lot of just looking inside of yourself and realizing that you have to make the change. Nobody's gonna make it for you. You're never gonna be ready
yeah.
until you start.
So, I mean, for me, I know I come from, alcoholic dad, drug addict mom, kind of always there was so much yelling and like my dad was very physically abusive and so was my mom. Um, just a lot of that and then just zero lack of attention. And I know like nobody really wants to say it, but unfortunately, as tough as we all are, when we go through something like that, it does develop the quote unquote mommy and daddy issues
Oh yeah,
that come
huge.
from.
I
And
got 'em.
then I grew up in a rough place. I didn't have a lot of opportunities. I grew up in Pensacola, Florida. Um, very, very heavy drug use as a child, which led to more drug problems. I probably fought off every drug addiction there is to fight off. Like right now, I'm kicking cocaine, but at one point in time, it was meth. At another point in time, it was Xanax. Um, and it just seems like a repeat cycle. So for me, this time around, it's not so much as sobriety, but more as changing who I am internally that continues to make me go through the drugs. Um,
Absolutely, man.
I guess,
I've created a lot of chaos in my life. I could have gotten. I was I was an alcoholic multiple different times throughout my life. To be fair
yeah.
about it, it's hard to admit it. I didn't think I had a drinking problem. I fucking had a drinking problem.
And
That
it's
was my. Dude, I was addicted to pain pills at one point in my life. I was that fucking jackass snorting oxys off the back of the toilet at work
I mean, dude,
when I was
honestly,
younger.
in the city that we live in, I'm safe to say that there's not a gas station bathroom that I haven't snorted coke in. Like it's just the uncomfortable reality. There's not many places in this town that I haven't snorted cocaine in the bathroom. I'm not proud of it. I can kind of laugh about it now, but I think I'm laughing more because it's like a stupid thing. It's not so like I'm not proud of it at all.
No, but the journey is what gets you to the point you're at. So you have to accept your journey. You can't hate yourself for your journey. 'Cause that makes
And
you
that
so much worse.
and that was a big thing for me. I know that for so long, I definitely didn't like who I was. At one point, it actually got to the point where I don't think I even looked in the mirror for like a year straight.
Oh
And I
yeah.
would actually like refer to myself as a monster. Like it got that bad. I know you kind of have been, uh, one, you're a little bit further on your journey than me, which we all have, which is like, I
There's
mean,
no timeline. Don't take that the wrong way.
everyone's journey is different. Progress is not linear. We'll touch on that in a
Yeah.
second. But like, kind of, why don't you give us a little bit of background on what really, what steps did you take to kind of like, I guess, okay, back up a little bit. One, what was the breaking point that really made you decide that you wanted to change your life?
So I would say the short version of it, we can get into the details, the nitty gritty later on. But the short version of it is I recognized I had impulse problems. I had negative thoughts about everything, and I knew I wasn't right. And I tried really hard through therapy and some other things to try to get better. And I realized I couldn't control myself. I always sold 4 cars. I didn't even make enough money to pay my rent in the month. And I was like, something's got to change. And I actually had to go get help. I had to get some medication. Nothing wrong with that. I have ADHD and I'm on fucking stimulants. It's the best thing that's ever happened to me.
Okay.
That helped me stay out of my own head. And from there, it was trusting the process. No, it wasn't like a miracle switch, and I still had to put in the work. I still had to still focus on
It's called Out of Control by
techniques.
Wade World Music.
I still had to work on coping mechanisms. I still do. Like, I still feel the rage build up from time to time. I still get super irritated and I want to start a fight. But I used to create a lot of chaos in my life. And
I kind of, so my journey, like I've been on multiple sobriety journeys, but mine kind of just really started about 33 days ago. Hey, 33 days ago, I guess this is where we're like, hi, my name is Josh and I'm an addict.
I trash.
But so I've been dealing with the cocaine addiction, on and off real heavy for about 2 years. I think I was really subconsciously trying to kill myself without trying to kill myself. My family kind of intervened and we were actually in the process of moving into a new place and I just had a new baby. Adonis he's 4 months old. But like they came to me and like basically I was told that I wasn't able to move with my family. I wasn't able to do that. And that kind of like on top of the internal feelings of knowing I wanted help and knowing I needed help, it really like woke me up. Like in the past 30 days, I am incredibly proud of the changes I have made. I am actively every day working on myself and I am.
Dude, I see it in you, man. I see that spark of life that I haven't seen in you in a long time.
And it is, man. Like like a lot of people like you always hear, like I always hear people talk about watching the spark come back into somebody's eyes and everything like that. And I definitely just over the last 30 days have felt myself come alive again. And I saw a Facebook post the other day that really set me, like I really looked at it and I really was like, damn, that's some true shit. But it said, it's like doing another day sober will always be better than doing day one again. Because I know for me, man, like the first 3 days of my sobriety was the hardest shit I've ever been through for real. Like just absolute fucking terror. Couldn't control my thoughts, couldn't control my emotions, nothing like that. So as far as like, I know you kind of touched on therapy. I kind of want to touch on that because so many people think that like so many people have this weird feeling about therapy, about going to talk to somebody they don't know and everything like that. I know for me, one, up until I started to go to therapy, I didn't realize that you could just like say no to that particular therapist. Like you could just be like, this one doesn't work for me.
Sometimes that's the case, man. That's important.
So I guess for you, like if you felt like you needed some help for a long time, like what was the like what stopped you from like what was your reasoning for not going to therapy sooner?
I'm a man. I can do it my goddamn self.
I know that's probably.
Well, let's just be real with it, man, because that's what this is about.
That's 100%.
That's exactly the mindset. It is fucking bullshit.
So we're definitely over the next, like, we're going to do the podcast until the podcast doesn't start doing whatever. We're just going to keep doing it. And talk about different things. So we're definitely going to touch on that, about how therapy, like, stop being afraid, man. Go talk to them people. If you need help, stop. Just go talk to them. So it's not as bad as you think. Like that, like they get paid to do this. They get paid to mess with the mind. So do that.
Think of it like this. You go into that room, there's no judgment. They don't know you from Adam. You can unload whatever. They don't know anything about you. So you have nothing to prove, nothing to show, nothing. They have no connection to you. And if you don't go in there with that mindset, it could be a little nerving. And it's going to be nerving regardless, man. It took me multiple sessions to even calm down enough just to even say some actual deep, meaningful stuff. Surface level shit, just like the norm, just like we all do going through life. It's given me a lot of good coping mechanisms. When I finally went to therapy, I was pretty far along according to my therapist, whatever that means. But because I could recognize when I was on the verge of a panic attack, let's say, like a heightened I'm kind of type thing. That was my go-to, man. I was an angry mother.
I definitely am like, I feel like I'm very self-aware as far as a lot of things go, but like we kind of talked about my situation yesterday. I had a real bad day. I've been working 12-hour days, getting the shop built, doing everything kind of like that. Well, yesterday I like kind of like my family and everybody was like, "Oh, you need to take a break. You need to take a break." Well, me personally, I was like, "No, there's no time for breaks." But really, by like about 3 o'clock, I just became super overwhelmed with everything that was going on, mentally, physically, spiritually exhausted, and kind of just like, bro, my mood went from like everything was great. My lady even like when I messaged her was like, "Dude, I'm done. Like, fuck this, ready to give up." She was like, "What do you mean? What happened? You were like everything was great this morning." Um, so I think I know I definitely need to get a little bit better at like recognizing when I'm getting burnt out and kind of get a hold of that. Um, so I guess as far as anything else, like what do you like? What are we gonna do with this podcast? What's our we're just like just have
I don't,
people
I don't,
come
I
and
don't really know, man. We're kind of feeling it as we go. Like I'm obviously I want to be here to help somebody. If we only help one person, yeah, I would be grateful. Because trust me, when you're on, I wouldn't even say I'm over the hump. I'm on the downhill slide. I'm not completely better healed, whatever. I don't think I ever will be. But once you cross that and you're on the other side, man, it there's no feeling like it. And I just want people to understand or want them to have that. Because they're the only person that's holding you back is you. It's
absolutely.
oversimplified, but once you get to that point, it'll make sense. And it
No,
takes a lot to get to that.
see, and I don't think it's oversimplified. I think that
No, it's
honestly,
just
we
straight
tend
to
to
the point.
overthink it.
Yeah,
Like
there's
we
that too.
overcomplicate
Yeah.
the growth. Like we always think that it's going to be like it seems like it's so hard. Now, don't get me wrong. When you actually start working on yourself, the work that you have to do internally and everything is incredibly hard.
Very hard.
Now, once you make the decision that you're going to change, it becomes easy. Like that part's easy.
Yes. Getting
Um,
to that decision,
Oh, man. So I don't even know if Brandon what kind of experience Brandon
I
has
don't have any
with
on that topic.
I okay, I have a lot of experience in programs with helping addicts. In my experience, they don't actually help addicts. We like, if we're just being honest, too many, in my opinion, this is my opinion, too many programs start off as such a good thing, and then it kind of becomes a money grab with the state and the federal government wanting to it just kind of becomes more about the money than it does about actually helping people. And that's a very unfortunate thing as far as like when people actually want help. And then for so many people, it becomes like it's such a process. Like I know me 30 days ago, I went to a facility we have here where we're at, and it was all right, cool. We can get you in for an assessment in 3 days. And then it'll take a week to do your assessment. And then it could take up to a month to get you into somewhere. And for somebody like me who is leave me, like I'm just on my own to do this for all that time. And that's where it kind of comes down to the understanding that you are not really alone. Use the people around you, find a good support system, stuff like just really like lock onto those people. And I have found, so I went to some AA meetings and everything like NA meetings and stuff like that. And I rapidly learned that it wasn't so much about the meeting itself as much as it was about the support system. Now, for me, I always felt very uncomfortable going into these churches and the veteran center and like stuff like that with like a whole bunch of people that you could already tell like knew each other and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And then it wasn't. So I think at some point another goal is to kind of like do a unorthodox little thing, a little unorthodox kind of like meetings. I'm not even going to call them NA meetings or AA meetings. I don't want to put that stigma on things. And um, I definitely want to stress this more than anything. It's not about who you were or where you're coming from. It's more like Jelly Roll said, and he's not the first one to say it. He's just the most famous person to
He's
say it.
right.
But like, dude, stop spending so much time in the rearview mirror. Like, tear that rearview mirror off. It doesn't fucking matter. Like, what happened yesterday doesn't fucking matter anymore.
Not anymore, man. You can't change the past, but dwelling on the past will wreck your future.
Um,
And too many of us get stuck in some certain past, but just,
and yeah, and like for me, it's like I got to a point to where I made so many mistakes in my life, it almost makes you scared to make decisions again.
oh
Like you
man,
messed up so many times that you
you
don't
ain't
want to make
kidding
a
on that.
decision again. I guess, do you have anything going on in your life right now that you're looking forward to? What are you like? What are your plans?
Yeah, Thanksgiving, man. You get the kids Thanksgiving.
Um,
The holiday
so
season's
so
coming
that
up.
I think that we just gotta keep in mind Brandon's weight loss journey he's going on. I just want you to not lose sight of the goal and
I will
remember.
not.
um,
I will not, man.
I know me. I'm fucking shit up on Thanksgiving. It just is what it is. I wait all year for that shit. I fucking love it.
No, future for me, future goals, obviously by next summer, I want to look like fucking beast. But that's on my fucking body transformation side. That dips into some discipline stuff we'll touch on later on, things like that. It doesn't matter what you do on that front. Like I said, the goals are all for you. The other personal goal is to continue making progress in my work to the point where I could feel like I can deserve to take a vacation and not have to worry financially. Never been there. I don't
Yeah,
think it
see,
for
and
me.
for
So
me, I
like
think
little goals, man. That's it. And on this podcast, we'll dive into things that shaped us as we were growing up that we didn't realize happened.
yeah, next week's episode's definitely going to be a little bit better planned. We're going to be a little bit more ready for it, not
Yeah,
so
we'll
nervous.
have a little more of an outline.
But I'll touch on my future goal, my future plans, like what I plan to do with my future. Really, like I said before, man, I'm trying to focus on this shop. I got a whole bunch of kids and I'm trying to be able to spend more time with them, but I'm also trying to help better myself and the lives of people around me. Like, I think that I've done a whole lot of bad in my life and I would like to start outweighing the bad with good. I know for sure with the tattoo shop, I want to see these guys that are behind us doing this. I want to see them flourish. I know my brother Jordan Truly's over there. Um, him and Secret Vader are killing it in the music right now. They're doing everything like that. Yes, I make music. I did take I with the drugs and everything else, I took a hiatus, but my like a goal is definitely to get back into that and start releasing more and more songs. I guess this is where I'm gonna plug myself. If you guys want to go check out the music or anything like that, it's Akwrd, AKWRD, on all major streaming platforms. If you found this podcast, you'll be able to find the music for sure. When you look it up, just look for the person that you want to walk your car around. Um,
Eventually, I'll have my own plugs, but I ain't got shit going on yet. Just starting this whole social media journey.
and yeah, that's fine. We're kind of, it's not
Yeah.
like,
Hey, like we said, it doesn't start till you start. Yeah,
yeah, and
starting.
that was like, so I kind of, the music for me was just, man, like music has been such an important thing to me since I was a kid that, like, dude, to be crazy, Jordan actually is the one that like used to make me like, he made me start doing music. And I don't think if it wasn't for that push and him and fucking Marcus like yelling at me fucking to make music and to write music and shit, like I never gave a fuck about it for real. But then, like, I don't know, I guess like sometimes when I make songs, I really just help people, and I feel like this might be another outlet for me to do that. And then with the tattoo shop, obviously, my goal is to be successful with the best quality art and artists that you can have. I want to be able to help people, help the community, help our listeners. Fuck, man, I want to be able to help you. I want through maybe our conversations and the guests that we have on to just like everybody help each other. Like really, we need to spread more love in the world for real. So I guess like honestly, like
way
one of my
too
biggest
much.
goals is to fucking love people better. Like love more people. It might like fuck it. It might sound lame. It might sound however somebody wants to take it. But honestly, bro, if we start, there's too much hate in the world.
Way too much.
So even if it's just like starting by you normally don't say good morning to the person at the gas station, like, bro, you don't know what somebody's going through, and you don't know if that good morning or like, are you okay, will lead into like just making their day. So helping people is a goal. Fucking goal. Some people want Teslas and shit like that. I'm some people. I want a fucking Tesla, but I also want to help people in my Tesla. I guess
At least this goal is only a Tesla. That's a pretty small goal.
no, that's just where we're starting at. My actual goal is a AMG, a G wagon. That's everybody's goal.
Yeah, my too,
Like
bro.
what are what do you like? What are your goals? What are you? Oh, we already talked about that. We already did his goals.
My outlets, dude. Definitely got to have some hobbies. I'm a nerd. I play video games.
Okay. So
I've been to
fun fact, we're gonna get really nerdy right here. I play Magic the Gathering. If y'all don't know what that is, just go ahead and don't look it up because
I get it.
like there's just don't even bother. If you do play Magic, at Akwrd THC on pretty much anything, let's run one. It is what it is.
Yeah, definitely. Really grew up in the sport of drag racing, so big into it. I don't have my own car right now because financially.
Is
Shit's
that
expensive as
is it
hell.
is
That's a
it
goal.
financially or fitability? No, I'm just I'm just kidding.
Once upon a time, what was that when I was like 300 pounds, bro?
Um,
No, financially, they'll get there. You know,
no,
I'll build
man,
a
I
small tire
like
car, but I help people tune their cars. I help people work on hot rod shit.
I definitely so I know a bunch of people that kind of like do the dirt track racing and everything like that, and they said the only way to become a millionaire in racing
Just
is to
to,
start out a billionaire.
yep, true.
So, but
I'll say it till I die.
so and I know you talk about you go to the gym all the time, the weightlifting
Yeah,
stuff
yeah,
like that.
that's definitely an outlet too, but for me, that's more than an outlet. It's the first thing I accomplish in the morning. Get the blood flowing, feel good. If you stay consistent at it, you see results, which makes you want to go even more.
And,
Well,
and
it's more to it than that because the diet's got to be in check. There's a lot to it to see the results, man. There's a
yeah,
lot of discipline.
that's like abs are ridiculously hard to get.
Yeah,
I know for me, I think my biggest outlet is going to be music, whether I'm listening to music or making music or anything. I know for me personally, I can go and find a song that fits my mood for anything like that. So if you like whatever you find that is your thing, man, that you love, I think that you should pour yourself into it a little bit. And also like the body art situation, like for the visual viewers, you can see I'm pretty much covered, just completely covered in tattoos and body piercings. So I think for me, I really do enjoy expressing myself through art, and whether that be throwing paint on a canvas or putting holes in people to help them express their body and express their individuality. That's a big thing. And then the music, obviously. And then I think this podcast is definitely going to start to be an outlet.
oh
It's
yeah,
going to
absolutely.
start to be something like that. We're going to have kind of a little bit background on the guest that we're going to have next week. His name is Ryan Julio Haran. He is um an amazing DJ. He's if you guys are familiar with Sturgis, South Dakota, he's the DJ for the Sturgis, South Dakota Buffalo Chip every single year for like the past 10 years. I look at him as like a shaman. Like really, he's just somebody that I really strive to be like, whether it be how he handles life and handles every situation, but also just the wisdom that he has. And just like as far as the life journey, like you're a little bit further than me and he is miles and miles ahead.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
So that, but then we're also kind of just gonna like, what kind of guests are you wanting to have? Like, who are you looking to see on here? What kind of people?
Just man, and everyday people, man, that either been through a struggle, been through some, have anything to share that could help anybody in their life, man. Whether it be success, anything like that. Like, well, I'll get some names together, but we're pretty fresh to this. You know,
Absolutely. And so I definitely like we're gonna have real people and real conversations.
raw. Like, where am I most comfortable? No. Well, fucking most comfortable in my house. This is where you should be most comfortable. If you ain't comfortable in your house, you better get your house right first and foremost.
See, and I'm gonna be honest, man. I don't think you can like for me, it's very hard to find comfort anywhere until you're comfortable in your own skin.
Yeah, it is hard, but my house has always been my safe space. That's where I go to hide from the general public when I'm feeling like shit, thinking I'm looking like shit. That's where I go to hibernate. That's my little cave, man.
See, and I like for me, I
safe zone for those little snowflakes out there.
I hide fucking like I be hiding from myself more than anybody else. That's 100%. Like I hide from myself, so nowhere's safe. No, but I'm starting to develop some safe places. Don't everything's fine. Don't call a suicide hotline for me. I'm fine.
As far as being uncomfortable, man, I'm uncomfortable right now.
Yeah, no, this has been
most of my life.
This has been a very uncomfortable, like just get the talking on camera and everything like that.
Yeah.
I know I said I make music. I'm uncomfortable doing that. So for so long, I'm very uncomfortable talking in crowds and talking to new people and everything like that. And I know for me, the body piercing journey has like gave me no choice but to be a butterfly, a social butterfly.
Right.
And I think that's another thing we definitely going to talk about. I know I say I'm uncomfortable and sometimes I'm like, I hate attention, but to be honest, man, I really love talking to people and just doing that. Like
it can be enjoyable, man.
It really can.
You can learn something from everybody, even all them old timers we hate sometimes. They got some good shit in there from time to time. You know, it's putting yourself in uncomfortable situations. If you're not a social person, force yourself to say hi to a random at Target or something next time you're there.
Yeah, 100%.
Just work on pushing yourself into being uncomfortable to the point where
Absolutely.
Uncomfortable situations really aren't uncomfortable anymore. It's just another day because life is uncomfortable,
It really is.
especially if you want to be successful in any aspect of your life. You're going to have to be uncomfortable.
Absolutely. Comfortably uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So I think that kind of brings us to the outro. We thank you for everyone. If you watched this, if you didn't, share us with your friends, everything like that. I guess my message for this week is, if you kind of think that you might want to listen to us, I really just want to invite you to come elevate your mentality with us here at Comfortably Uncomfortable.
Absolutely, man. If you guys watched, thanks for watching. Obviously, we appreciate the like, subscribe, share with your friends. If you think it can help you or anybody you know, please feel free to share. My one piece of advice at the end of this one, man, I'm going to say it a lot, is the only shortcut in life is the long road.
Absolutely. Have a good night or day, whatever it is for you. This is Akwrd. I'm out. Hope Morgan turns the camera off and stops the mics at some point in time so we can stop doing this.
See you guys in the next one.